Hey everybody, this is Zach from Myshire Farm. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you can hear me. If you cannot, please let me know. But I appreciate you showing up. This is our weekly live Q&A. So I am going to get set up here so that I can see all of your comments. Sorry. We have had some family things going on this weekend, so it's been a little crazy. It's going to be a little crazy tonight, but I'll explain all that in just a second. So what we do is every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go live right here on our YouTube channel, and we answer any questions that you might have concerning Coturnix Quail or any of the videos that we posted earlier in the week. Papa will be joining me. He will be over at 7:30 to answer any questions that you might have. But if you have any questions for him about the videos that we posted this week, go ahead and ask. I'll write them down, and he'll start with those when he gets here, and then we'll go from there. A couple fun things that we do is if you want to shout out where you're from, sorry, if you want to shout out where you're from, I always let everybody know where you're from, and if you hatched eggs from us this week, feel free to let us know what your hatch rate was. That's always a lot of fun as well. And if you have any questions that we can help with concerning Coturnix Quail, feel free to ask, and we will do our very best to help you out. And more importantly than anything else, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. And I do have a very, very, very huge announcement for tonight that I think a lot of you are going to be very excited about, but we will get to that later. I would like 70 likes. So, you know, the people that are watching, if you hit the like button, and then we will have more people showing up in just a few minutes, and I'll reiterate that, but you will definitely want to hear what I've got coming your way. So hit the like button for me, and we will get started. And I'm gonna get a drink first. Not a big fan of root beer. All right, so hi Zach, Eddie from Arkansas. Get 23 to 26 eggs a day, doing good. That is great. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Congratulations. Benjamin says hello. Tell Trenton I will. Tyler says hello from Lakeland, Georgia. Hope everything is well. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just some things that we had to take care of this weekend, and obviously, you know how it goes. You know, you got a plan, and then you can't do that, so then it gets pushed back to the next day, and then all of a sudden it's just so. That's more scary than anything else, is how I'm gonna get caught up. But put in extra hours tonight, put extra hours in tomorrow, and get it done. There's nothing else to do. So no reason to complain about it. Let's see, Charger 7022 is from Pennsylvania. Welcome. LDS Prepper says hello from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Welcome. Craig from North Carolina is in the house, and Lovin' Life at Home is in Washington State. Welcome. Lynn is from Mississippi, and Benjamin is from Ohio. Welcome. Heather Cole in Vermont. The jumbo white wing hatch rate is 52 out of 60. Wow, that is wonderful. If I'm just gonna throw that out here now, if you've messaged me midday yesterday or today, I have not responded to anything. I have not had my phone on me, but a few times, and that was only because I had to do something on it. So I have not responded to messages. I might get them tonight. I don't know. There's just so many things to do. I might wait till tomorrow and get the quail barn done. I'm not too sure. But if you have messaged me or called or text or emailed, I'll get to it, I promise. But congratulations, Heather, on a 52. Oh, hold please. There we go, 52 out of 60 white wing. That is awesome, congratulations. Jake says, Nova Scotia, Canada here, welcome. Liz is in Eastern Kentucky, welcome. Been checking your site and eBay for weeks, can't seem to catch jumbo wilds available. Neither can I. um, yeah, I'm working on it. I promise. I've got about 600 more growing out now. And then before I put them back on the website, I'm going to be putting in another round for us just to try to keep up with demand. I do only have 2 orders left for the Jumbo Wilds. And the goal is, and I will know much more tomorrow, unfortunately, because I wasn't able to be in there today very much. But it looks as though, stay tuned because I'll let you guys know, but it looks as though that I will have the Jumbo White Wings, the Jumbo Whites, the Jumbo Egyptians, Sex Links, and Jumbo Wilds all on the website next Monday is really what it's looking like, and that's looking pretty promising. So before I put all that stuff on the website, I am going to do a separate video on YouTube about when they'll be available so you don't have to site. I did find someone else about the website. They are working on a notification bar. It's more advanced than what I thought it was going to have to be. But we are working on that, but it doesn't look like it'll be ready for a couple of weeks. So we will do it old school, and I'll just do a video and let everybody know when that's going to be. But it does look like all the Jumbos and the Sex Links will be back on the website next Monday, is the plan. Is the plan. Again, before I go any further, I do appreciate everybody showing up. I hope that I can help. I hope that Papa will be able to answer any questions that you might have. I hope you have fun during this session. And I do have a very, very exciting announcement. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm running about 2 hours of sleep in the past 2 days. But I am very excited about it, believe me. So if you can hit that like button, once we hit 70 likes, I'm going to announce the big surprise, and I really do think that everybody will want to know about this. So it's been in the works for a while. It's finally coming to fruition, so I'm pretty excited about it. So hit that like button for me. Crystal says, hi, Zach from Southern Illinois. We have a mixed cage that has already been breeding. Do you know how long to wait before you can start hatching eggs from the color we want? The safest answer is 7 days. It could be 3, to be honest with you. It can't hurt to start collecting at 3, but the safe answer, if you're selling and someone asks you, the safe answer is 7. But 3 it's a possibility. 4 is a possibility, 5 is kind of likely, 6 is likely, and 7 is for sure, if that kind of makes sense, I hope. Again, I am going to do my very best to help you guys out tonight. My brain is, I don't know where it's at. So like, I almost started this video and then realized that I didn't have my iPad to watch the questions, so then I had to run down to the quail barn, and then I had to run back, and then I forgot the microphone, and then, so bear with me tonight, okay? I promise I'll get to it. Rose Cold Rake Heather says, hello from Northeast Ohio, welcome. Thank you very much, Benjamin, for liking the videos, and I will let Trenton know. Lindell Hughes is from Orlando, welcome. R&K Homestead is in the house in Oregon, welcome. Jake, both my starter and layer feed are low on crude fat. Any idea what I can add to raise it? I used to. I don't right now. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere. It's in one of the binders. I'd have to look for it. I can't remember. If you want to text me this week, 937-760-7282, I will look through those binders and find out what I found out. But most likely, you could straight to them that they can supplement in, or I'm sure they would have something there as well. But I can definitely let you know what the specialist told us when we were looking at all that stuff. Okay, so Kevin says, not a fan of root beer. I'm taking my like back. No, you can't take your like back, and I'm drinking it, so it is what it is. Ah, it's just the aftertaste. Couldn't find anything else. It is what it is. Hello from South Africa. Welcome. Patrick from Sparta, Missouri is in the house. Let's see, LDS Preppers had ordered 110 eggs from Zach on Thursday, purchased 2,000 pounds of feed on Friday. Quail is a great self-reliance item for your family and others. Get ready for what's coming. That is wonderful. Good luck and keep me posted. 2,000 pounds is going to last you for a while, so that's great. You will be stocked up. Rich is in Auburn, Michigan. Welcome. Brittany from Powell, Ohio. Welcome. Benjamin says, like the video. I would concur with that. And remember, when we get to 70 likes, we are going to do a major announcement that you will want to know. So hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. Hunter's in the house and says, from Maryland. Buster from Oklahoma. Got 124 out of 100 eggs Monday of Jumbo Wild. Thank you very much. That is great. 180. Wish I remembered that. 124 out of 180 jumbo. I was trying to do the math in my head, but there's no use right now. But congratulations. I know that it's a pretty good hatch. I know, what, 90 would be 50, so you're way past that. You're 34 past that, so that's wonderful. So we're looking, yeah, that's great. Congratulations. Wow, I'm slow tonight. I'm very sorry. Kiki's in the house from Houston, Texas. Welcome. Patrick says, out of Jumbo Wilds or Pearls, I had a white-winged Pharaoh hatch. Where would that have came from? It would have came from the Jumbos. Could be a couple different things. It definitely would have came from the Jumbos. I would need to know a little bit more information. If you want to contact me this week and let me know when they were shipped or when they hatched, and I can do the math back, I'd probably be able to find out what happened. Most likely. For Jumbos, 10 ounce in how many weeks old to be considered as jumbo? Jumbos are considered to be 10 ounces at 10 weeks old. 10 ounces or above at 10 weeks old. So the standard is a jumbo is 10 ounces at 10 weeks old, but remember that 10 ounces is the bar. So, you know, you really want to try to shoot for that 12. I think 12 to 12 and a half, 13 is a really good number to have. You know, we've had a goal in mind to get to 14 and a half consistently, and we are almost there. I'm really hoping with the next generation that's coming up, they're going to do it. They are growing. I'm pretty impressed so far, so I'm very optimistic. But yes, 10 ounces at 10 weeks old. Jason from Mesa, Arizona, very first egg ever today. Exciting. That is awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's great. Horton Creek Gardens is in the house. New York reporting in. Glad to finally catch a live one. Hit the like. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Brittany says temperature is under control this time. Thank you for shipping out more sparklies. You are awesome. Not a problem. Good luck and keep me posted. Make sure you hit that like button because I've got a surprise for you if we get enough likes. So make sure you hit that. T. Hoffman says, hello, Zach, and all from Northern Kentucky. Great job on the videos. They look great. You have awesome farm up there. Thank you very much. Should eggs be turned while storing for hatching? It can't hurt. I don't. But it can't hurt if you've got a way to do it. When we first started in the very first barn, which I actually, when I was doing a bunch of stuff on the YouTube video, I was looking back at like our first couple of videos. We've came a long way, guys, a long way. But I did a tour in that barn, and we had a little egg turner, which we used. And then I think it was just mainly a lazy thing. and we stopped doing it. And I don't see any. I mean, it's up to you. It can't hurt though. I rambled on for no reason. I'm sorry. Juanita from Wisconsin's in the house. Welcome. John from Texas, Magnolia, Texas. LDS Prepper says, oh, not talking to me. I really appreciate, oh, not talking to me either. Kevin says, haha, I like all your videos, no worries. Thank you very much. Charger7022 says, how long will quail feed store for? That is a great question, and I don't know. If somebody watching does have experience with that, I'm not too sure. I think the longest we've had feed is maybe 30 days at the most. I have no idea. I'm sorry. Salvador from Puerto Rico's in the house. Welcome. No worries, Zach. You have 12 more days until you get off soda pop. Yep. And thanks for reminding me. Hilltop Outdoors says, I believe mealworms have fat in them. I purchased a large 5-pound bag of dried from Amazon, fairly cheap. That would make sense. That's a great idea. Thank you very much, Hilltop. Probably should have thought about that. Don't know why I didn't. 52 hatched out of 50 ordered on a reship of variety colors. Well, that is much better. So that is wonderful. Congratulations. 52 out of 50 mix. Wonderful. That is wonderful to hear. I'm glad we worked that out. White Wings going 1 incubator in 3, 2, 1. That's great. Good luck. I hope they go very well for you, and keep me posted. Eggs are so big that the Brincia quill trays hardly can handle them. That is a good problem to have. Good problem to have. We do have quite a bit more people. I don't know why that was hard for me. Joining now than before when we started. So I just wanted to give a quick update on what we had talked about. Papa will be showing up tonight at 7:30 to answer any of your questions about building incubators, building cages, anything like that. Any of the videos that he did this week that we post, any questions that you might have on that. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them. I will write them down, and then when he gets here, we will start on those and move forward. And then I do have a very large surprise, a major surprise that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about. But I want 70 likes before I announce the big announcement. So if you can hit that like button for me, I don't think you're going to regret hitting the like button, because you are really going to want to know the information that I've got. So that's pretty exciting. It's probably the biggest surprise I've had so far on this little game that we do. And if you have any questions concerning anything that I can help with as far as breeding or colors or anything that I can help out with, feel free to ask, and I will do my best to do so. Eggs are, oh, nope. Waylon, upstate New York, welcome. I appreciate the communication with the shipping issue. The box won't be delivered until Monday, but I can't complain about your customer service. That is very disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. So if you put them in, Waylon, I'll contact you tomorrow, probably, maybe tonight. I don't know. I'll contact you as soon as I can, and we'll work something out, whether we want to try these or whatever we want to do. But we'll work something out, and I'll make sure you're taken care of. And then I'll be talking to the postmaster tomorrow. John Dunn says, any problems keeping jumbos and regular together? Very good question. As far as them getting along, no. But I think a really big, not really misconception, something a lot of people don't think about is I get a lot of questions about how, well, can I put my jumbos with golds and make my jumbos larger? Possibly. But you have just as much chance of losing your jumbo weight than adding it to something else. So you have to be very, very careful. Really needs to be separated. So you just want to think about that. As far as them getting along, they'll get along just fine. Jumbos, as far as the jumbo wilds go, they seem to be pretty tame, and they seem to pretty much get along with anything or with any color. But you know, the weight is the issue that you'll want to think about, and that's just up to you, depending on what you're trying to do. Very good question. Rich is in the house and says, can you hatch a batch and use them to mate a few times with each other without issues? Can you hatch a batch? Yeah. Yeah. It's feasible, it's possible that inbreeding can happen with quail, obviously. But it's not it's not as easy as it sounds as far as inbreeding. Now, I wouldn't hatch a batch and then breed them, you know, for 2 years and keep producing eggs and then keep putting them together. You know, but we're talking, for inbreeding to take effect in Coturnix quail, you're talking years. I mean, you're talking massive production before it becomes an issue. So yeah, that's really not a problem at all. Very good question. A lot of people have that. Absolutely. Frank says, next Monday sounds good for availability of jumbo eggs. Jumbos, eggs, correct? Yes. Yeah, eggs is what I'm talking about. I am almost positive that the jumbo wilds will be back on next Monday. I'm also almost, the only one that I'm a little concerned about is the jumbo whites. But it still looks like they're on time. It still looks like I'm right on track. So yeah, we're still looking good. I will do a video a couple days in advance. I do know that I get quite a bit of comments or texts asking about updates on the website. I am trying to work on that. Unfortunately, getting things done that I'm not familiar with and relying on other things is difficult for me. So I apologize, but I'm moving towards it. So hopefully that'll come in the future. Hi from Ohio. Keep up the great work, Zach. Thank you very much. Brittany says liked and subscribed. Awesome. Well, thank you. I don't know why I'm congratulating you. But if I get 70 likes, I will congratulate you because I've got a really big announcement coming your way. So hit the like button. I need 6 more. I don't know why that's hard for me to read. I need 6 more to make the big announcement. Papa will be here in about 8 to 10 minutes. So if you do have any questions about building or any of the videos, feel free to ask and we will get to those. Samantha says hello from Maine, day 16 for my 50 count rare mix. Awesome. I hope to hear from you next week on this live channel to let me know the update on the hatch rate. So good luck. Kiki says feed storage. You do not want to keep feed too long because the vitamins break down. If it's a temperature controlled environment, it's better than being out in the heat. Absolutely, I agree 100%. I just don't know the time frame on that, but yes, 100% I agree. Feed storage makes a difference on how long it will last. That is also true, absolutely. 30 count of white wings in another incubator, day 8, awesome. You've got some really exciting stuff coming, Samantha, so good luck. Mike from South Texas is in the house, welcome. Crystal says, thank you for all your help, no problem. Rich says, Zach, eggs going into lockdown this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Great, hopefully you'll be able to give us a pretty good hatch rate on Sunday next week. Hopefully you'll be available. I lost my spot again. Let's see, Tyler says, is developing sex-linked breeders difficult? No. I am going to be moving some stuff because Papa showed up, so give me just a second. Okay. That works out pretty well. If we can just do a mic check real quick, if you could just hear me real quick, if somebody could let me know, I would appreciate that before we move forward. No, of course. Can anybody hear me? Where'd it go? Oh, sorry. Audio good. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so...
Evening, folks.
Yep, this is Papa. Told you that he was showing up. He's actually a little bit early. This week we did videos, I don't know, for the past 10 days?
Probably not. Maybe
A while.
I don't know.
It's been a while. The past while, we've been doing Papa Builder of Things videos, from tours of the quail barn to stuff around the farm, cool stuff that he's built. We still have one video coming your way. I did post one today. It just posted maybe an hour before our live video. So make sure you check that out, because that one is a really cool one. He's actually going into detail and showing you how he built the Hobbit house, which is our logo. So make sure you like that. I do see the 71 likes. We will get to it. If you have any questions for Papa, feel free, and please ask now, because he has company. And he did want to come and answer your questions, but if you could ask them real quick so we can get him out of here.
Has there been?
There has not.
Okay, then. Well, that makes
So
it easy.
it works out pretty well, but I do see some on here. Tyler Shepard says, is developing sex-link breeders difficult? No. No, you just need the Roo gene and the opposite of that. Mix them together. I've got a sex-link video, but I'm pretty sure that sex-link video pretty much breaks it down, so you can check that out. But I do have a surprise, which we will let you know in just a minute, and that kind of ties into that. Britton says, hi, I know you're not doing international shipping at the moment, but what countries did you ship to when you did? Ooh, a lot.
Do you really want to answer that?
Yeah. We did pretty well. We had a fun run until this COVID thing happened. A lot. I'll leave it at that. Doug is in New Mexico, says hello. Can't remember the name, so I'll tell you later. Liz says, how long do you leave eggs in incubator after lockdown before you discard any unhatched eggs? I typically leave them in there until day 19 or 20, depending on the hatch. Papa did a video on the lockdown. Well, he did a tour. One of the first video we did with him on this new series, we did a tour of the brooder room, the hatchery, but there's also a video on the playlist for Papa Builder of Things that he goes into the lockdown that he built. And he built a lockdown where we can take everything out and pressure wash it all down. And so that's a question that I get asked quite a bit. So typically I leave them in there for 3 or 4 days into lockdown, and then we pressure wash everything down. We don't use any chemicals. Listerine and water is the best way to go, and some elbow grease to clean it out. Waylon says, I'm definitely going to try the eggs to see what happens, just for my own knowledge. A few chicks is better than nothing. Honestly, there's no rush until I see what happens. I will be ordering again. We will get you taken care of. I still think that we've got a chance. It's just unfortunately that it took that long to get them there. USPS did not do well for him. Spike says, will a hen always lay double yolk eggs once she starts, or will it hit or miss, and can you incubate a double yolk? In my experience, usually when they lay double yolkers, then they're double yolk layers is usually how it works. Your double yolkers, I've seen a few hatch before, but your hatch rate on double yolkers is minute at best. I don't know how to say that, but Egypt is in the house.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Welcome. That's pretty cool. Hit or miss, and yes, you can incubate it. Oh, not talking to me. Anthony and Lindsay from Washington State is in the house. First Shizzle Farm is in the house. Welcome. Indiana is in the house. Audio is good. Can hear you. Yes, we can hear. Hey, Papa, loving the videos. Also, mic's good. How How did you hatch 52 out of 50? Well, if you order 50 eggs on the website, we actually send 60, so there is a possibility of getting 100% or higher on a hatch rate. So that's how he got 52 out of 50, because we sent 60 and he ordered 50 and he hatched out 52. So that's pretty cool. Lynn says, hi, Papa. I did see a couple comments that you will want to read. I believe there's some ladies on there that are trying to pick you up.
Ah.
So just got options, I guess. Hilltop Outdoor says, hi, Papa. Just wanted to say we are obviously loving your new videos. Very informative as well as entertaining. Keep up the excellent work. Verna says, hi, Papa and Zach. Are you able to tell what color of chick will be on day one when hatching some of the variety choice hatching eggs? You can. It does take experience and time. Some are really, some are tricky. If people text me pictures of day olds, I usually tell them that I need to see them at about 5 days, especially in the mix, because, you know, it could be a pearl, or it could be an Italian, or it could be all kinds of stuff. Pharaohs kind of look like sparklies. It's really hard to say, and some of them are pretty easy as well. Saw a sneak peek of the pizza oven in one of your new videos, looking awesome. How far out are we on seeing the video for that bad boy? Do you have any update?
I do not. A week and a half ago, we were supposed to have it.
Yeah,
So,
it was supposed to be our first video.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. About that.
We'll work on that.
We'll try to twist some arms on that. We're anxious. I'm anxious. I haven't seen anything of it, so.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, he's used it. I've been over there when he's used it, so I've seen it in person, and it's pretty cool. It's really cool, and I think it'll make a really good video, especially I'm sure he spent time doing it. So yeah, the sneak peek is coming, or the sneak peek is out in the other video he did, but that video will be coming. Verna says, Zach, I just weighed a hen that is 3 weeks old tonight. She weighs 5 ounces. That is a 2-ounce increase in 1 week. That is above average of a large one. Typically, if they're 3 weeks old and they're about 4.5 to 4.75 ounces, you're on track to hit about 14 ounces. So if they stay on this pace, you're looking at a monster. So good luck. Mike says, do you have any issues with the claws and beaks overgrowing in cages? If so, what do you remedy my quail on the ground? My quail on the ground, so not have that issue. We don't have any issues with claws or beaks over.
Haven't.
No, I haven't had that issue. The lockdown boxes you build using the PVC Veranda HP from Home Depot, about $64.98 currently. How hard to cut that stuff in strips? I assume table saw was used.
Yes, table saw is super easy. It cuts like butter. So cutting it is not a problem. You can use any woodworking tool that's at your disposal. Routers, jigsaws, table saws, straight like a piece of wood, only easier.
Is it worth selective breeding to try, and this is a question for both of us, is it worth selective breeding to try and up the size instead of starting with jumbos? Maybe not jumbo by our standards, but jumbo are highly sought after and hard to acquire. Just brainstorming. Next question. You're kind of working against yourself a little bit. I would start with jumbos. And yeah, I wouldn't try to start with colors and trying to increase size. I would start with jumbos and start increasing your color variety.
That didn't make any sense.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this about jumbos. We tried to find jumbos. I've said this before, we've bought jumbos from this supplier, we've bought jumbos for that supplier. And it turned out that their jumbos were no bigger than our birds. Standard birds.
Yeah.
And so we had to develop a line of jumbos because we couldn't find anybody that was selling a real jumbo. They said they were, but they weren't. And then later on we got a definition of a jumbo, which is,
10 ounces at 10 weeks old or above.
okay, and we've achieved better than that. But yeah, if you want a jumbo, you got to breed a jumbo. If you want to keep jumbos, you got to breed them as a jumbo, because you can mess it up.
Well,
and we did.
And I've got some good information on that this week because I was going through an old notebook of mine. So, long story short, we screwed up our jumbos a long time ago. We were working with Sex Linked at the time, and things got mixed together, and we just destroyed our jumbos. It's really embarrassing. We learned a lot from it, so we moved on. We have now gotten our jumbos back, but it looks as though that it took us about 6 months to destroy our jumbo line. It's taken us a year and a half to
Get it back.
get it back to where it should be. So you can lose it in a heartbeat, and it takes forever to get it back. So absolutely.
Yeah, that hard lesson.
Hard lesson. Good one though. Learned a lot.
It's certainly a good lesson.
T. Hoffman says, then glue back together with pipe solvent.
Yes, you clean
Ice
it
and
like
table
you
saws,
would,
yeah.
and then you glue it with the PVC, regular PVC glue. You can throw a couple staples in there if you want, but definitely no reason not to glue it. You'd want to, and you could use anything you want. But if you got the extra, we can buy half sheets and whatever. So if you can use it, it's a great product. Because like I say, we power wash these all the time. And so to say we're going to make that out of wood, I guess you could make it out of aluminum or stainless steel or PVC. PVC being the easiest of the three to work with. That's why we did it. And the lightest. So there you go.
There you go. Gary from Franklin, North Carolina. About to get started in my journey with quail. I know everyone is wanting jumbos, but I think I want to start with 100 birds. What do you recommend? Eggs and meat. You could do jumbos. If you're going to do... Okay, the standard, I did a video a while back called the classifications, and we broke it down in standard, rare, and jumbos, which is what we offer on our website. Long story short, the jumbos are not as consistent layers, and the hatch rate is a little bit lower, but they're much larger for meat and eggs. The standards are going to be your smaller quail with a smaller egg, but they're going to lay much more consistent. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I know a lot of people that start with jumbos, but I also know almost as many people that start out with mixed eggs or rares to sell back, to get their money back, to have the things that other people don't. So it really just depends your area and what you're looking for and what you're trying to do. Rich says, we had the same issue with the post office and Zach took care of us, so the second time was a better shipping second day, and unlike the 8-day issue, 22 out of the 60 eggs, now we go into lockdown Thursday. Good luck and keep me posted on that one. Love when Papa joins the party. Enjoy seeing more of him lately. That was from Horton Creek Gardens.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Hope you enjoyed the garden video or seen it. We did go walk through the garden. It's one of our recent videos.
Yeah, and that shows the pizza oven on it, so check that out. Adam's Adventure in SSL. We've moved our quail to ground cages similar to a chicken tractor. Anything to be concerned about? You were involved with the quail tractor. I was not around then. Do you remember anything about it? I remember that they weren't very consistent laying.
Yeah, because I guess the main thing about the tractor business, and the one that I made, it was an old video. I don't even know if it was. Yeah, we have a video on it.
I think it's under your playlist as well.
It's under Papa's playlist, and but when you do move them, you're going to disrupt their whole show, and they don't like to have disruption or danger, stranger danger, any of that, it affects the lay rate. So there's good news and bad news about that, and depends on your needs, really.
Mm-hmm.
And but if you feel good about having them on the ground and moving them around and fertilizing in your yard, and you can remember to move them, and you got a good watering system and a good feed system, then you know you'll have to play with it and see if they can put up with moving them and still lay to the point that you need them to. I assume you're feeding people with your eggs.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to give advice when you don't know what everybody's doing with them. Jake says, I've got wilds that have a white patch on their chest. They're giving me wild whites and pandas. I need to remove them from my breeder cages for my wilds to breed true. I need to remove them from the breeder cages for my wilds to breed.
He's asking the
Yes. Yeah, if you've got any jumbos that are not 100% full jumbos, you could, let's just say, you know, you could put that white and the jumbo with the white patches on it and put that in a separate cage and start researching that and start developing that and maybe make like a pharaoh tuxedo. That's a possibility. But yeah, you definitely want to pull that one out because that's going to affect your jumbo size and hatching true, which is a big deal. So yeah, you want to pull that one out and put them in a separate cage. LDS Prepper says, Zach, I have a quail that can't get her feet under her. She keeps falling on her side. Any suggestions on what I can do to help, or do I call her? I'm assuming that she's older. You said her, so I'm assuming she's been a breeder for a while. It's really hard to say. Usually when you see that, it's usually because they hit their head. But that's not always the case. Usually they get startled, they hit their head, and then their brain doesn't function and tell their legs what to do. But it could be a million things. That could be one of them. I don't know. Kevin says, Zach, have you or Papa looked into using biochar for the quail poop to reduce ammonia smell?
Yes, and I have made biochar before. If you're wanting to experiment with a real easy way to make, and maybe talking to somebody who knows how to make biochar, but a real easy way and a fun way to make biochar is to put it in a metal paint can, poke a hole in the mix, and poke a hole in the lid, load it full of whatever you're going to make the pieces of wood, throw it in a fire. If you can have it to where you can see that little hole, a flame will shoot out like a flame thrower. Pretty cool. And when that flame goes out, then likely you've made the biochar. You can leave it in the fire, you can take it out, and then you'll have what you call biochar. Charcoal and biochar are basically the same thing except for the purpose of it. As far as the smell, it certainly wouldn't be a bad thing to experiment with. Our scale doesn't really allow us to, have 1,000 pounds of biochar so we can see if it's going to work, and nor do we keep the poop around because we clean the cages daily. But one thing for sure about biochar, it's a neat thing, but you have to charge that biochar with whatever you want to use it for. So if you're going to use it in the garden, you want to charge it with nutrients. The poop would certainly do that. If you put just charcoal or biochar in your garden, it's going to suck up the nutrients, not release them. So you want to make sure that you have charged that biochar with whatever nutrients you want to put in your garden before you put it in the garden. They're not going to have anything to offer if you don't put it in some poop or put it in this or put it in that. There's quite a few videos on it. It's really interesting stuff. I played with it for quite a while. I had a good time with it. So good luck with your biochar. Hope you can comment back to us and say, yes, I put X number of biochar in my cage and it really helped the smell, and it may well. So, but we're just don't have a way to experiment with that any longer. Great question though, and have fun with that.
David Wood says, hatched out some of your Tibetans. One is tan in color. What would you call it other than a tan quail? Tan. I would assume a scarlet.
I don't know.
I don't know. I would have to see a picture. If you want to message me on Facebook or text me, I can take a look at it and probably be able to tell you. I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry. Omar says, I'm seeing abnormal beaks in my jumbos, overgrowth and curved.
Are they from us?
Not that I know of it. Not that I know of. It sounds like I would need more information.
Yeah,
I need a lot more information.
First thing I'd want to know is are they our birds? If they are not our birds, I would be pulling out the quail that have crooked beaks. And you call them or put them in a separate cage, but you don't want to keep breeding crooked beak birds. Chances are you're going to end up with a crooked beak line. You could start your own line of crooked beak birds.
Could sell. Yeah, I would need a little bit more information as far as how many generations, how many hatches have you done with these, is this is a one-time deal, and that really is going to play into a lot of factors. But again, if you want to message me or text me this week, I'll be happy to try to help you figure that out. If you look into your breeder cage, I agree 100%. Any of them that look like they have overgrowth or curved beaks or anything like that, any deformities, you really don't want it in your breeding program. Jake says, Papa should check out no-till gardening, very little weeding. That was one of your comments on the videos this week. Let's see.
And I do know the principle of that, and I may going to show my ignorance here, but no-till gardening is normally promoted by people that don't have a tiller. But it may be a little mean to say. It's just the way I look at it. But yeah, it's a great thing. I want to do the next thing I'm going to experiment when I was looking at it hard today is when, and I don't know what it's called, when you bury logs underneath the ground and then compost and logs and sticks and yakka, and that, they compost over time, hold the water. There's a funny name for it, but that's the next thing I'm going to try in the garden. And that would be a no-till situation because you can't till it because there's logs under the ground. So, yeah, it's cool. Glad you're gardening.
Frank says, is there a video on building the PVC boxes? I didn't see it. Pretty sure there is.
I think you have the material. I think you have the click that video. I don't think you ever did.
I'll have to check. I thought that it was in the video of the lockdown itself.
Oh, and it might be. It might be in the lockdown video. If it's anywhere, you're right. It would be in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in there.
Yep.
I would check that out.
But just they're using PVC pipe to make these lockdown cages, which is a great idea. My head just didn't go there, and when I seen the person that did it, I thought that might have been a simpler mousetrap. So there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. Don't worry about how I build it.
Gary says, thank you. I want more of the consistency first, but we'll eventually want to get my jumbos at a later date. That's great. Everybody has their own needs. Jesse says, do the sparklies lay more like the other rare colors or more like the jumbos? They are a little above standard. They're not jumbos. They're larger than regular quail, but they're still not jumbos.
I thought she was talking about the eggs.
Oh, well, they are as consistent as they're more consistent than the jumbos. The jumbos are just much larger eggs. You've got much larger birds. They've got to work twice as hard to produce these eggs, and they're just not as consistent. But they're still consistent. It's not a bad thing. It's just is what it is. Sorry if you misunderstood. First time 22 out of the 60. This time you resent 60, now 59 into lockdown because of the PO issues. I did get you. I could have said it really fast where other people misunderstood. He did have an issue. It took 8 days for Rich to get his eggs through the post office. He tried it out. He got 22 out of 60. He ordered 50, so 22 out of 50. We reshipped him, and there's now 59 in his lockdown, or going into his lockdown Thursday, I believe. Sailing says, you said the white wings may offspring wilds or whites. What should I do to keep the white wing trend going strong? You want to keep the white wings together, and then if you've got the room, the best thing to do would be keep the white wings together and put the jumbos and the whites together, and then you can start reproducing more white wings because they already have that gene. So there you go. We had tried biochar in poop trays, just easier to frequently clean out the poop and add biochar in the compost pile.
Excellent, because there you're charging that compost, or you're charging your biochar when it's in the compost pile. That's what I did, and excellent. Your plants will appreciate it for a long, long time.
Waylon says, Papa, have you ever used the guts from the milk house heater while building a cabinet incubator?
The guts from
a milk house heater. I'm planning on building a large cabinet and was going to use 2 heater guys from a heat fan source.
Oh. If it's reliable and you can turn it off and on without it deteriorating on you, then it's a heat source. But go ahead and get your whatever your controller is going to be and give it a whirl. It would be my recommendation. The sooner you can put it in something to experiment with that, the sooner you're going to find out if it's going to work or not work. But as I've explained before, I'm just using hot plates that you'd put, in lieu of an oven where you're going to cook a little soup or something. That's what I'm using. It's nice because you can turn it up a little bit in the wintertime, turn it down a little bit in the summertime, and they're they're cheap. You can buy them super cheap. I buy a couple extra ones, put them into a plug, they break, plug a new one in. When you're cleaning the thing, you unplug it, take it out, so you don't have that in the wherever you got it in. It's just easy, cheap way to have it. And they're used to turning off and on. They do that.
Uriel says, my first quails laid some eggs with some weird colors such as light green, blue, and purple. Is that normal? Yeah, they can come in a lot of different colors, especially the first couple of days. Light green and blue makes me think that maybe you've got some celadons or some celadon traits. The purple I'm not too sure about, but again, the first week or so of them laying, they're going to lay some fun, weird stuff. Had a chick partially hatch and get shrink wrapped. I broke it out, but it doesn't want to stand on its own. Is it worth trying to rehab, or should I just call it and avoid any suffering? That is a personal choice. Most likely it would not be a good fit in your breeding program. It most likely will not gain a ton of weight for butcher. So it's up to you.
Called a pet quail.
Right. Or you can call. Hugo. Okay. What you were talking about was hugel culture.
Yeah, hugelkultur. Thank you.
A lot of people know about this.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to try it. The thing, I cheat at everything. So I'm going to bring a track hoe in. I'm going to dig a ditch with my track hoe. I'm going to bring the bobcat over, and I'm going to throw my wood in with the bobcat. I'm going to fill it back in. So it's not going to be a whole lot of work for me to do this, but I am excited. I was kind of visualizing my squash on that hugelkultur mound. We've had a lot of drought here. Finally got a gully washer today, thank God. And but but I was kind of visualizing all my acorn squash and our winter squash on these Hugo mounds. I just think that would be super cool. And I'd like to get that done this summer or fall for next spring. So thanks for the name.
Horton Creek Gardens.
All right, cool beans.
Also, we do have quite a bit more questions. They're all kind of all together, so they're for you. But before we go any further, we did hit our like button, our 70 goal. If you can, we'd really appreciate if you hit that like button for us. But I did say that I would make a very large announcement or a very massive announcement when we hit 70 likes. We did. I apologize for the wait. I got sidetracked, but I don't know if it's going to start tomorrow. It will start either tomorrow or Tuesday, but we are going into colors. So I will be doing a video a day discussing each color, breaking it down. It'll be a 3-4 minute video of each. We'll be posting one a day, but we will talk about the average hatch rate, how true they hatch, if they don't hatch true, what do they hatch out as, and how you get that color and so on and so forth. So I'm very excited about that, and I am working on a blog on our website to have it in a written form as well, so you can print it out and put it in a folder for future use. So I'm very excited about that. So I know that a lot of people have been waiting on this, and we are now to it. We do have more things coming your way. This will be like a 2-3 week process because, well, we've got a lot of colors. But hopefully you like it. If you do, hit the like button for us, and we will get back to questions. Sharpened Iron Ministry says, hatched rare Myshire eggs, ordered 110 jumbo wilds, total hatch is 181, just 81, not 181. All doing great in the brooder, just removed blue shop towels. That is wonderful. I will write that down. 81 out of 110 jumbo. I like it. Chris also said the name of it, which is Cool Culture. It promotes soil structure, Jake says. Emily helps pronounce it. So thanks, appreciate it. Jake says, no-till, no-till promotes soil structure.
Right. Yeah, and I get it, because when I till up, I destroy the worms. It's terrible. And I wished I could bring myself to do more of it. We do cover crops in the winter, but yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. It's the good, better, best, you know. I'll figure it out.
For Shizzle Farm says, at what age do you introduce quail to an existing flock? It's a very good question. It depends. You can do it anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks. It really depends on what you're moving in. For example, jumbos really should be on the starter grower for the full 10 weeks to make maximum weight. So you really don't want to put them in with another cage until they're full grown. If they're standard, then it's not that big of a deal. So 8 weeks. Typically, you want everyone to be mature, sexually mature, males and hens, when you're introducing into a new or to an existing flock, just so they don't get picked on and they can kind of stand up for themselves. So there's my answer. Jake also told you what it was called. I'm not going to try to say it again. Occasionally, an adult will vomit a lot of water. Is this normal? Yeah, it is. Typically, they get overly hot and they drink too much, and then it doesn't have anywhere to go, so it just drools. Kind of like my dog. Ronald says, I have a blind quail. Is there anything special I can do for it? Not really. Typically blind quails don't live to full maturity. Sometimes they do, but
Depends on their habitat.
yeah. But no, there's really nothing extra you can do. There's some of them that are completely healthy and they're just blind in one eye or blind in both eyes. Again, I wouldn't put it in the breeding program, but if you've got an egg layer cage, that would be perfect. They're gonna lay just fine and be normal, as long as they make it. Sailing says, what's Papa's life story that molded him into a builder of things? You want to go into that?
No,
Maybe one day we'll do an interview.
that might be fun. But the, the long, short answer to that is for some reason I have been building forts and tree houses and clubhouses and sharp sticks and things when I was really small, really, really little, and never did stop. And you know, life gets in the way sometimes of what you want to do, but I have, that was my career, building things, and I loved what I do and did what I loved, so I've been blessed immensely, and it, you know, it has served me super well. I'm blessed beyond measure. So I forgot the question, but
A life story on what molded you to be a builder.
and my uncle Elmer, he lived in the Catskill Mountains, had a really cool workshop, very few fingers, and he could build anything. And I really thought his shop was super cool, and I thought he was cool. And when I was there, I made a knife with deer bone handle out of a file, and it was super cool. And I just get a big kick out of building stuff. I'm addicted to it. It's sad. Now I'm old and I can't, you know, it's hard for me to do what I used to do. But I'm building something today. You know, I worked on something today. So
We are at the hour mark. We do have quite a bit of questions, so we are going. Oops. I am going to post right now, and then we won't go any further just because we do have to get back to some things. I do have some really good questions for you coming up. What are the dimensions of your breeder cages, and how many males, females do you keep together? I'm aware of the 3.5 foot rule. Curious on what your setup is. I don't remember.
well, we're 2.5 foot by 8.
You sure it's 8? I thought you increased it to 10
No,
for
it's
the
8.
new cages.
I don't think so.
All right. So
I
we're
could,
gonna.
I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure it's 8. It's 8 because
So what are those? What were those?
those were less than 8.
Okay. Well, then that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, it's what you have. You know, work with what the most expensive thing is going to cost you to do, and try to work around that to optimize the most expensive thing you think you're going to buy, because there's no sense in cutting 6 inches off of something if you can, you know, or I want so many birds, or I got so much space, or. There's no.
Well, and there's got to be a balance of you moving around and maneuvering around everything too, depending on where you're, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Because
just
there was issues in that barn where things just got really tight in some areas.
and it was ugly.
And it was just, you know, you're going to be in there every day, so make it comfortable. Which is why he builds stuff off the ground, or that's why mainly everything he builds, he tries to build where you're not bending over, because in time you're not going to want to bend over.
The ergonomics.
Right. Omar, if you will just text me or contact me. I'm glad you're killing the 4, but before you do that, I would like some pictures, and I would like to see the feed, and see if that's the originals, or there's just some questions I'd like to ask, if you would be so kind. My number is 937-760-7282. Mackenzie says, do you ever all plan on doing Celadon type breeds? One day. I get sidetracked. Celadons are taking a long time because it's a mess. But then, you know, the jumbo white wings were doing really well, and the pansy fees were doing really well, and so I decided to stop working on the Celadons as much as I was and start increasing those so I can bring those to you, which I did. But the Celadons are just taking a whole lot more. But we do have Celadons. I'm just not very happy with them right now, which is why we don't sell them. But one day we will be happy with them. Phyllis says, when are you going to have more jumbo eggs? the plan is, and it looks like we're still on track. We will have jumbo eggs of jumbo whites, jumbo white wings, jumbo Egyptians, jumbo wilds, and sexlings all on the website next Monday.
You got jumbo sex leaks?
No, did I say jumbo?
Oh.
It just, that's the other thing that's off the website right now.
Okay.
The sexlinks are not jumbos. Everything else was. But it looks like they should all be on the website by next Monday. I am working with someone to do a notification because I know a lot of people go on our website daily or every other day to see if they're still available. I would like you guys to be able to just get notifications on when they do come available, but that is proving more difficult than what I thought. So I will be doing a video a few days in advance on our YouTube channel and posting on Facebook to let everybody know when I'll be putting them back on. But right now the plan is a week from tomorrow is the plan. Papa, why are some of your videos marked private?
Didn't know that.
I'll have to look.
I'm not the post-it guy, so, but we'll look.
There are few videos on our page that are private. But none
Mine shouldn't be private.
none that yours should be. I'll have to
I
look.
don't even know what that means, so he'll look into it.
Yeah, I will look as soon as we get off tonight. Hi, sorry I'm late. 86 out of 100 being lost in the mail. I'll take those numbers for being lost in the mail. If you are still here, 574 Bing T500. I think I said that right. If you could let me know what kind you ordered, that would help me out as well. Just want to know, I ordered eggs by post and incubate them. I got one bird that came out white and the rest was jumbo wilds. The next batch I breed from them, I got one white again from 18. So if I breed two whites, one will I get more whites. You will, but you still have the Pharaoh gene in there, so you'll get a mix of whites and Pharaohs.
And you might be messing with your jumbo.
He is in South Africa, so I'm not too sure.
Where he got the eggs from.
Right.
Okay.
It's hard to say. Can I use pine shavings in the brooder? Yes. That's what we used when we used shavings.
Yes.
Is what we used. What do you call the white quails? Jumbo whites. If they don't make jumbo weight, then they would be English whites, is what we call them. Brittany says, awesome. We did something awesome. I don't know what it was. Horton Creek Garden says, currently growing squash on our huge beds. Absolutely thriving. Can't recommend it enough. Pretty cool.
Great. I thought they would do well on that. It just seemed like they would.
From Horton Creek Gardens. Yeah, makes sense. Good job. First hatch of my own eggs. Italians ordered from you. 33 hatched out of 42. I noticed most are light yellow. There are a few that are very dark. Is there another color that can come from Italians? You can get some autumn ambers in there. Italians have a lot of markings on their back, so when they're chicks, which is another reason why chick identification is sometimes very difficult, because Italians, a couple other colors like Tibetans and Rosettas, they're going to come in a lot of shades and then kind of change that shade the older they get. So most likely some of those dark ones will become light, some of those light ones will become dark, and some will stay the same. It's hard to say, but no, I would assume you got all Italians. Hilltop Outdoors says, very exciting about the colors video. I thought so too. For Shizzle Farm says, we've been waiting a long time for those videos. Super awesome. I know everybody's been very, very patient. I appreciate it. Like I said on the auction page today, and a lot of people calling, we've had just, just a long weekend with family stuff. So I have to get caught up first. I don't know if I'll be posting a video tomorrow, but I will be I promise there will be the first one up no later than Tuesday, and I will try my best to start it tomorrow. I will try my best, but I am majorly behind. Robert says, my first batch of eggs from you go into lockdown next Sunday, hoping for a good hatch. Looking forward to your videos on colors. Thank you very much. Good luck, and please let me know how the hatch goes. Kirk from Centerville, Iowa is in the house. You have great pictures of the adults quail on your page. Can you add pictures of the chicks and eggs with it? I think it would help people who get your variety pack. I agree. I do have some of the quail chick pictures, and then I get frustrated, and then I don't have them anymore. So that is on the list one day. Ike's in the wild? Cool. How long do you leave eggs in the incubator? We're on day 19, 9 eggs left. If you're talking Caturnix, they should be in the incubator for 14 days. In lockdown, I typically take them out day 19 or 20. It is on our YouTube channel and would like it so much if you can have a look and leave a comment on it, please. White Quail, our channel is called, I will try to do that for you. Waylon says, where do you get your egg setting trays for the incubator? Great question.
You tell me we both.
Yeah, I know. I got them from Amazon. Nope, I got them from eBay. Is where I got them. You can also get them on Amazon, but you can only buy like 3 at a time on Amazon, whereas on eBay I was able to buy 10, and they had that deal where it's like you buy 2 and you get 5%, you buy 3, save 10%. So eBay's a better deal if you're buying in bulk. Amazon was a little bit cheaper if you're buying 1 or 2. Very good question. We just got a couple more. Kenny says, hello from Greeley, Colorado. Hello. Horton Creek Gardens. We pull the plug at day 21, about as long as we can handle the incubator stink. Sure, I know a lot of people that wait till 21. Bryce says, is there a detailed color video of both sexes of the colors? There is not, but I am starting that starting on Tuesday. The plan is I'm going to have the color, I'm going to have the male and the female with me. I will be showing you while I'm explaining everything that I can about it. And then it'll be an individual video for each color. So it will take me some time. I think it'll be very helpful. I do have quite a bit of chicks in the brooder, so maybe I can find some chicks as well. I will do my best.
That'd be nice.
Val says, just drop by to say hi from the UK. Hello, thank you for showing up. Kinsey says, thanks for the answer. I had a 70 to 80% hatch from your 110 mix I bought from y'all. Thank you very much. Awesome, congratulations. Alan says, hi Zach and Papa, I'm from Liverpool, UK. How well do eggs ship from you to the UK? When we have shipped to the UK twice, I believe. It's 45 to 55% both times. 45 is the low, and then the other one was around 50. I think it was like 53 if I remember correctly, but around that 50% mark, which isn't awful considering it's a long travel. Craig says, average hatch rate on your sex links. I do not have that information. I mean, I do, but I don't have it on me. It is in the barn. I don't remember. It's somewhere around 70. It was in the middle of the pack, but I don't remember exactly. Aldo says, hi guys, do you specialize in quail or do you guys also get into chickens? Quail is the new and improved chicken. So we only specialize in Caturnix because that is what everybody should have. Chris says, who produces your feed? I can't remember the name, but I remember looking feed store in your area that could supply and order it. All the big box farm stores can't keep high protein feed on the shelf.
Don't look at me.
Crap. It is
What is it?
no.
Time's up.
Yeah, I can't remember. We do have a video on it about our feed. Front View. It's Front View Feeds. And I think the website is frontviewfeeds.com. But if you Google Front View Feed, then it'll pull up. Wow, that took way too long. Kinetic is in the house. Welcome. Private vids are number 9 and 15 in Papa playlist. That is weird. I will take care of that in just a minute. Bryce says, excellent, awesome, thanks. Alan says, in that case, when can I order? I will take them numbers considering the distance. And do you do Georgia Giants?
Georgia Giants.
No, we do not do any Bob Whites. We only specialize in Guternics. And due to the COVID thing, we have stopped selling internationally. And I have no idea when that is going to be coming back up. Sorry. Samantha says, long view feeds. Yeah, front view. Oh, I was close. Yeah, you were close. It is front view feeds. Cliffside, last question. I just joining. Thanks for hosting. I am so sorry because we're ending. But thanks for showing up. Front view, yep, absolutely. Thank you everybody for showing up. We really appreciate it. Okay. Last couple of questions. What will you get when mixing wilds and rosettas? Wilds, rosettas, and Tibetans. Maybe an Egyptian. Just getting on. My feather sexable quail are hatching now. Go far. 45 out of the 60 eggs I got in have hatched out. That is not too bad. Good luck with the rest. Of what kind? Feather sexable. Thanks. Sorry to have stumped y'all. It's fine. It's been a long day. Thank y'all. I'll watch on the review. So sorry. I've been struggling because I just got 1 hen, 3 roosters, and their fights. You need some hens pretty quick because there's really, even if you go to 1 and 1, you're gonna lose that hen pretty fast. So good luck with that. So thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you check out Papa's playlist. I guess there's some private ones that I will make public, most likely. Need to look at the videos and see what you've done. I don't know what kind of video it is, but I'll probably...
Yeah, you might want to check that out before you go too public.
Right. But most likely, I will make those public in just a minute, so check that out. He did a bunch of videos in the past week and a half that are really, really fun. I did do a bunch of videos he's done in the past that is also on there, like his how to build a cage, the incubator video, the lockdown video, and all kinds of stuff like that. Starting tomorrow or Tuesday, we will be starting on colors and definitions of colors and show you what they look like and how true they hatch and average hatch rate and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell because we've got a lot of cool stuff coming your way. And we will be back next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you all for watching.
Good night.